Hello, welcome everybody to Build Fly Go. This is day 20 of our Rio 2020 trip. As you know, this is 20 days of flying, not 20 days there. We were actually there for right around I think it was exactly 4 weeks on this trip. It's been a fantastic trip. This is the departure from Nashville. As you remember from the last video, we left Evoque Aviation in Gadsden, and we made it as far as Nashville because of the weather. There's a big weather system going through the U.S. on this day, and basically cutting from southwest to northeast, right around Alabama and Tennessee. So we made it as far as Nashville before we decided that it was getting a little iffy, and spent the night in Nashville at a hotel right next to the airport. We stayed with Signature FBO, which took good care of us and wasn't too pricey. And we got up this morning, or that morning, and looked at weather and just kept an eye on it. There's some thunderstorms and some cells moving through. And finally, after talking to the weather briefers and looking at all of our resources, we decided this was the right time to go and that we could get going. We take off from Nashville. There's a little confusion with the flight plan at the beginning, which is why it took us a while to take off. We had filed a Zulu IFR flight plan, which means you take off VFR and you pick up IFR en route. And it seems that the US system has trouble with those. They are regular ICAO flight plans. Instead of being a Victor or an Indigo type, it's a Zulu. And you can also do, there's the other way. There's start IFR and end, which is a Yankee, right? Yankee is you start IFR and you end VFR. But anyway, apparently the US system doesn't has some trouble with those, so we had to refile IFR while we were on the ground, and they picked it up pretty quick. And so we flew out of their IFR, and right away requesting vectors around any big buildups or anything like that. And ATC was very, very helpful and just moved us around and made sure that we were safe. This flight was, I want to say it was about 50% IMC. You see us right now, we're in between layers, so that's pretty good, but there was a lot of IMC in the beginning and the end. You may have noticed right at the beginning the camera got a little iffy on the top. I suspect that was a little bit of ice buildup. We kept a good, well, maybe actually it was rain because this was Nashville still, and it was quite warm, so that was probably just water. But you'll notice later I'm going to point out a bit of ice that we did pick up. We didn't pick up anything on the wings, but when we landed there was a tiny little bit on the prop, sort of the hub area of the prop, and the camera had a nice coating of ice on it, and you'll see that later. But I guess I wanted to thank everybody for following along. It's been a fantastic journey. We did rush our return a little bit, but we are for sure planning another trip. It'll probably be spring because we don't know what the situation is going to be like in the US and in the world for sort of the rest of the year. So I don't want to plan something big for the fall. But we are doing Bahamas 2021, and we were inviting people along. So if you want to come with us, just comment, and I'll create some way for you guys to reach out to us. Oh, actually, if you reach out to us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/buildflygo, just like YouTube, it's youtube.com/buildflygo, and instagram.com/buildflygo. Go to the Facebook page, and I'll create an event. But if you don't see anything, do reach out to us and say that you're interested in going. I've got 4 or 5 people or aircraft who have already said that they're going for sure. So we'll start later in the year. We'll start planning for that, and it'll be a ton of fun. But here we are. We're getting close to Madison. I've slowed the video down to its regular time-lapse speed, and up ahead there are reports of icing. This looks like it's showing broken in Madison. I don't really call this broken, but it's showing broken. Over the airport, it was actually a lot more broken, but south of it, where we were, it wasn't quite broken. and there were reports of icing. The cloud layer was less than 1,000 feet, um, so not very much clouds at all. And it was sort of sparse that you can see there. It's sort of sparse. So we just talked to ATC and we said, okay, we're gonna, we got to come through. So we're just gonna come through at about 1,000 feet per minute, maybe a little more, and just get through it. And here you go. Pretty much immediately we get a bit of water on the camera and ice, and it just sort of ices up. You'll notice in the little video in the inset, we're clear, right? Like we're clear of the clouds, but you can see the ice on the camera. And it's interesting to see how long it takes for that to go away. As I said, we had a pretty good eye on the wings. We're looking at them like every few seconds to make sure they're okay. And we got no pickup on the wings that we could tell. Tiny little bit on the prop and a bunch on this camera. But we were very happy to be home. This beautiful, now sunny, sunny and broken day. And get to our hangar and get to our cat and sort of settle into what the new normal is over here. We're home and not leaving the house for a couple of weeks just to make sure if we caught anything we don't pass it along. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Oh, there we go. Thank you again for watching and joining us on this trip. There will be more videos, there will be summaries. I'm going to be talking about expenses and talking about how we organized everything. So do keep watching. Thanks again. We'll talk to you soon.